Working. It is working now, hopefully. And if you can give me a testing 1, 2, 3, please.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
And that should hopefully work. And ladies and gentlemen, there go our hopes for the perfect stream today. But good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final round of the Dad's Go Sim Racing Season 7 at the wonderful Circuit of the Americas. One of Herman Tilke's better track designs, located in the wonderfully warm Austin, Texas. It was opened back in 2012 and has hosted the US Grand Prix every non-pandemic year since. This 5.5 kilometer behemoth of a circuit has 20 corners and favours medium to high downforce and medium to hard suspension setups. Key action today will be happening, of course, in the hairpins at turn 1 and 11, then the technical section of turns 12 and 13, and the final 2 corners, 19 and 20. The long laps here are certain to provide us with tons of excellent racing and megatons of track limit warnings. And with the standings for us today, we've got my wonderful co-commentator, Alex Robinson.
Good evening, it's great to be here at Circuit of the Americas. In our Pro/Gold category, leads Hackam Roholt with a commanding 381 points. Gabriel Hauke follows with 350. Then after, the field starts to pack up a bit more. Ryan Harper comes in with 313, Rich Gasson with 310, Roman Fowler with 308, Darren Menzies 306, Mick Tarden 298, Thomas Lovrek 297, Marek Dvorak with 283, and Tim Street with 281. Keeping in mind, this is excluding 2 worst races from this season, so these are the points as they will stand at the end, provided that this is the best race for each, well, not the best, but better than 3rd worst for each driver. In the silver category, Lee Hems leads 341 points, followed closely by Dennis McElligott with 338. Dagan Errol takes 3rd with 333. Ryan Greenaway with 4th with 327. Jacob Hale 5th, 319. Edward Wilkins 317. Bruce Hopkins 305. Matt Keys 302. Bruce Oos with 298. And Don Speak English in 10th with 284. Silver category looking quite bunched up. It could all change today. In the bronze category, Sean Cardus leads with 365. Closely followed by Dean Hyde with 360. Thereafter, it starts to spread out a bit more. Nick Giles with 346. Andy Bentley with 324. Rory Kilby with 295. John Collins with 182. And Victor Kozlov with 139 takes 7th.
I have to tell you something, it is absolutely wonderfully packed up all throughout all of the fields.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's always great to see it come to the very end, the final race.
Yeah, and the final race here today will, of course, be making hopefully some changes as Dennis McElligott shows us his ballet skills there. Yeah, it's going to be a challenging race today, and it matters a lot. And the reason why it's going to be challenging is if you look at the temperatures today, very hot, 33 degrees and 41 degrees for the track. It's going to be really challenging for the tyres of these guys today.
Oh, no doubt. And I don't know whether the drivers will be regretting all the complaints about wet Monza last week, or they'll be relieved that at the very least it's going to be dry.
Yeah, of course, me being the fair weather commentator, being, myself, I gave Monza a miss last week, so yeah, if you could give me a quick update on maybe some of your favourite moments from last week, I'd really appreciate that.
So we had some. Well, first off, we had to do a restart because of the number of the drivers that collided on the straight in the first start. We weren't even ready in the commentary box. We were looking at turn one, thinking that's where all the action would happen, and suddenly, red flag.
Wow.
On review of the replay, it seems like someone lost it in the midfield and took out everyone else. Even Michael Stevens had to pip everyone by going flying. Not enough to go spinning anymore. He had to lift off. We had some great on-track action between drivers, constant back and forth, drivers spinning out, rejoining, taking the place, spinning out again. It was an absolute fantastic race, but it was absolutely soaking. We had drivers sliding. Our commentator's favourite, Michael Stevens, showed just how good he is at sliding a car around Curva Grande.
Yeah, I've heard that he's had a couple of moments.
I think most drivers thought it was quite tough conditions. It looks quite tough conditions. Us in the commentators box were quite happy that we were sitting in the dry, not having to stare through a cloud of water to see when when the driver ahead was going to brake.
Yeah, of course, the spray very challenging there as well.
Yeah, I'm sure most drivers will be relieved. Yes, it's hot today, but at least it's dry. At least the cars are going to stick to the road like glue. And it's got more turns as well.
Yeah, it's got significantly more turns. It's one of the longer laps actually. I'm looking here now, and Ryan Harper with the fastest lap for now, the 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So really, really long lap.
Oh yes, and I'm sure he'll be eager to put in such a good race today. Although it's interesting that Rich Gasson comes in straight behind him on the lap times, and they're only 3 points apart. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens between those two this race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's never in free practice do you really know what people are running in terms of fuel loads and stuff. So all of these results aren't really that telling. And from having a really quick look, Håkan Roholt has still not made an appearance on the leaderboard. But I've got a feeling that he will be coming, and he's going to pull out a crazy lap time again.
Yeah, it's interesting to say he somewhat struggled last week in the wet. He was certainly not leading. Gabriel Hauke put in an absolute masterclass of performance, quickly followed by Rich Gasson, who unfortunately spun out on his outlap after the pit and lost a lot of time.
Ah, very unfortunate. But yeah, very interesting to see that Håkan Roholt was nowhere to be seen last week. Well, not nowhere to be seen, but you know, not.
He certainly wasn't. He certainly wasn't performing to the same level he was in previous weeks by dominating first pole position.
Yeah, by significant amounts of. That's an interesting line even for practice there from Dennis McElligan. And I've got a feeling that if we keep watching them, some more shenanigans will happen.
Yep. I am looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is going to be hopefully a great race, and we've got the last 20 seconds or so of free practice, and then we go straight into qualifying. From what I understand, the qualifying will run in the same format like always. 15 minutes for the pros, and then 15 minutes for the silver and bronze drivers. Not quite sure which order they're going to be in.
If I remember correctly, last week the silver and bronze drivers went first, so they could repeat that pattern, or they could decide that with the track being as hot as it is, it might be worth sending the pros out first this week.
Yeah, maybe. There was a little bit of a talk about one-shot qualifying as well, but I think that might be abandoned in sort of pursuit of fairness.
Yeah, It might also be abandoned because Dennis McElligott claims he's only had today to practice.
That's also possible.
He decided that he invoke admin privileges, or I own the servers, therefore my say goes.
Ah, the best kind of privilege. It gives him the power to be technically correct, and
Yes.
therefore it goes. And we
Yes,
all know that
exactly.
being
So,
technically correct is the best kind of correct.
no doubt. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm not necessarily a big fan of one-shot qualifying. I know it provides a lot of challenge to the pro drivers. I think it just adds too much challenge to the lower categories.
Yeah, I agree, and especially for someone like myself who, for some reason, I just cannot hook up a single lap. If you tell me that I need to pull a lap, I can't do it. So it's the added pressure, and for some of the less experienced drivers, it might just be too much. So, got a feeling that it will stay the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it if the pro drivers decide that they personally want to do one-shot qualifying as a group. Go ahead. I just think that some of the lower categories need a little bit more leniency.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. Absolutely agree with that sentiment. Right, we've got some cars moving, and I feel like it's going to be the bronze and silver drivers.
Yes, I think I've just seen
Andy Bentley.
Dean Hyde go out. Yeah.
Yep, Andy Bentley is our first man on the track, and Dean Hyde closely following him.
Come on, Andy. It's not a curse. You don't believe in it.
No. It's only a curse when you think about it. It's going to be very interesting. This is the challenging section of the track. Not really for any reason other than you just have to be really careful with the track limits on the inside of those S's. Because 1 millimeter wrong and you're...
Oh, there we go. No.
It's only a curse if you think about it. Let's see if we can do a similar thing here for Nick Giles. But as I was saying, as soon as you go a millimeter too close on the inside of those S's, you get slapped with a lovely little warning for track limits, and there's nothing you can do about it. Slowing down doesn't happen in the S's because as soon as you change the loading of the car, you're spinning.
Yeah. It's a very challenging circuit, but very rewarding, I think, if you get it right.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. It is definitely one of my favourite tracks in the game, actually. I know there's plenty of people who don't like it, but I really enjoy the challenge that it offers, and I enjoy the long lap as well.
And of course, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't make note of the absolutely gigantic sausage curbs at this track. In fact, this is the track where Abby Eaton fractured her spine.
I remember that, yeah. She was out of racing for quite a while after just driving over one of these sausage curbs and getting absolutely launched. And
yeah,
speaking of launching, even Fernando Alonso this year in F1 has had a strange experience where he got launched by Lance Stroll. So you know, there might be something to it. We might see some flight from Mr. Stevens here again today.
Maybe. I'm looking forward to seeing who's... I think if it's going to happen, it'll be towards the end of the race, or it'll be right at the start when they're all bunched up and they can't avoid it.
Yeah, that's always one of those situations where you just have to be... You have to decide how you approach the race. You either approach it aggressively and try to make up spots, or you approach it safely. If everybody approaches it aggressively, it doesn't end well. If everybody approaches it safely, it tends to not end well either. So you will have some winners, you will have some people who lose out.
Yep.
Right, I am looking back at Andy Bentley, who's just crossing the line. And we can go for a lap on board. Really challenging first corner there.
Yeah, up the hill, down the hill, over the hill, all while trying to get power down.
Yeah, and of course through the bump in turn 1. Now the S's, and I think that is invalidated there on the inside, but let's carry on watching. That is definitely invalidated there. There's so many lines through this corner here. You can either go really wide or really narrow into that start of it, and then it all sets up the short left-hander and just how much speed you can carry through there.
Yeah, good use of the curves to get the car turned. Not that the McLaren needs too much encouragement.
No, one of those cars that doesn't understeer too much, unlike some of the front-engine cars that we've got here today. It's big old back straight, which isn't really straight. Probably so long that it follows the curvature of the Earth. That's why it curves.
Yeah, I need to race here in the Nissan. I think I'll enjoy this track.
I'm not sure you will.
Well, at least for the long straight sections I will. I'm
That's
sure
true.
you would do the same in the Jag.
Oh, absolutely. The long straights would be absolutely marvellous in the Jag. However, I think the S's would be quite the opposite for both of us.
Turn, car, turn, damn it.
Yeah.
So we've got some times on the board now. Lee Hems in the lead with 208.050.
It's a very nice lap from him as well.
Sean Cardis as well, 209.9. I think he's got to be very happy with that.
Yeah, definitely, because that's the best lap that we've got from the bronze drivers for now. It's going to be Andy Bentley here trying to put a stop to it. But looking at somebody who's got a really good shout at improving their lap time, it is Nick Giles here. He's currently a second up on his best, but he is just behind Wayne Bennett there.
Oh, getting a nice toe.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will work well for him. Wayne Bennett there actually getting shown the blue flag.
Yeah, I think he is on just on an outlap, so yeah, that man is very eagerly showing him the blue flag, just waving it in his face.
Yeah.
I think Wayne, through the consumption of cocodamol and the pain that he's probably in with his injury, might just be ignoring that.
It's not real. It's not a real flag.
Yeah, what do you mean? Nick Giles, a second up on his lap time he was, with a 2:10.2. Decent little lap time there.
Yeah, I think that toe's worked well for him. I mean, if I was him, I would be saying to Wayne, no, you stay where you are.
Yep, exactly.
Ryan Greenaway coming in with a delta of 0.8 now. In the Beamer.
In the Beamer, not the strongest car down this big old straight.
No, but I still think it's one of the cars. It's just a bit of an all-rounder, really.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of setup changes that you have to make it a little bit more manageable, or not even more manageable, because it is really manageable to start with. But a small change in the diff really makes a big difference in the stability out of corners, and then it's just a perfect car. It turns in, it doesn't oversteer, it doesn't understeer too much. Just a really pleasant driving experience. A great run out of the last corner, almost a second up on his best. I'm not sure if he invalidated there somewhere, but he is in P. He stays in P4. Of course, with a lap being as long as it is, you know, over 2 minutes, you only get so many chances at improving your lap time in the 15 minutes. We're almost 10 minutes through already through the qualifying session.
Yeah, it's like Spa all over again, isn't it? It's going to get to about 5 minutes, and that'll be it. You better be on an out lap now, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
In fact, the lap times are probably a bit longer than Spa.
I think it is, from what memory serves me right, it is just about 10 seconds shorter than Spa.
Wow.
Because I always remember the Reddit posts which are like, oh, I got into the 218s at Spa, what can I do better? And then the comments going, what the fuck, you're a freaking alien.
I just want to go faster, man.
Yeah.
I want to go faster. Yeah. Quite happy to get sub 220, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a 1 in the number. There's a 1 in the number. Yes, that's because you drove a 231.
No, I want the 1 to be put in a different place.
Ooh, Andy Bentley pipping Sean Carlos for lead in the bronze category.
Very nice stuff. And then Dennis McElligott, the man who says he hasn't practiced much, in P2.
Well, he's quite clearly thrown the sandbags out the back of the car now.
Yeah, absolutely. Moved the sandbags. Getting the car gripped up. A 2:08.8. That's a very respectable lap time there. But Lee Hems, 0.8 of a second ahead of Dennis McElligott there in P1. It's going to be really interesting to see if any of the drivers currently out on track are going to be able to even get close to that lap time.
I know, with Dennis being 0.8 of a second behind him, and even drivers behind Dennis struggling to catch, hit Dennis's time, it's going to be near miracle, I think, for some of these drivers. That being said, drivers, there's plenty of green deltas on the board still.
Yeah, plenty of green deltas, and miracles do happen in DGSR.
Yes.
A lot of these drivers, of course, dance, and that's a miracle on its own. Or should we say it's a miracle that they still find time to race in the evenings, with kids in the house.
Yes, to bat them off with poles. Daddy's playtime, go away.
Yeah. And in the dominant fashion, Lee Hems improved his lap time by about 2 or 3 tenths to the first 2:07 on the board.
I sense someone's getting a promotion next season.
Well, he is in the lead of the silver category as well, so...
Yes, exactly.
If it's going to be anyone...
Shall we base it off how deep into the pro category he is?
Yeah.
In the next section of qualifying.
I think that's probably quite a good shout.
Yeah.
I've seen some 206s, but I think a lot of the pros will be somewhere around the 207, slightly above, slightly below maybe.
Yeah.
But I remember when this track first came out, I was just looking at my lap times and I was like, oh my god, I've beaten a 220. We've got these guys going over 10 seconds faster than that, so...
Yeah, I'm very curious actually just to see how much the track temperature will affect the lap times, because there's got to be quite a lot of grip. No doubt the tyres are going to wear out very quickly, but there's got to be a lot of grip on that first couple of laps.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of grip on fresh tires, especially the really sticky rubber.
Yeah.
I think, especially for qualifying, that's going to make for some really nice lap times, and they will probably drop off quite quickly in the race. Wow.
Ryan Greenaway promotes himself into third.
Yeah, very nice lap there.
And while we weren't looking, Dagan Errol moved his way up into second. Managed to dodge the curse this time.
Yeah, we managed to dodge our attention. Nick Giles, 4/10 up on his best in the last 30 seconds of qualifying. I think it's going to be Dagan Earl's probably going to get a shot at another lap at the end of this one. But still, nobody within a second of Lee Hebbs.
It's gonna be close on Dagan. He's got 2 more corners to go. He's got 10 seconds to do it. Might just slide his way onto the next lap. He's got 1 second. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna count. And I think he's pulling over.
I think he is pulling over. I was so intent at watching the clock at the top of the screen that I didn't even notice if he improved his lap time. I think he just about did, because he is now within a second of Lee Hebbs.
Yeah, I think that was an improvement.
Nick Giles still just about 4/10 up through this big right-hander going around the amphitheater that is at COTA. For whatever reason, Herman Tilke decided to put that there. Little bit of an improvement. It's gonna be enough for 10th, but not enough to jump up a position. Bruce Oos 4/10 up on his best as well, improving that to 5 through this corner here. The pros are now on track, getting their tires nice and warm and nice and ready for their flying laps. Bruce improving by half a second.
Oh, very nice. I was going to make a comment, like normally we'd say they're warming their tyres up, but it's dubious. It's dubious whether they want to do that this time.
Yeah, debatable. Debatable.
Yeah.
Jacob Hale, great run through this corner here, through the second to last, and then really nice run through the last as well, hopefully. Just manages to nibble the sausage at the end, but promotes himself up to 5th.
Very nice.
Good lap
Very
there
nice.
from the abominable slow man, as is his team name, not that I'm trying to insult him.
I was going to say, where'd that come from?
But we've got the first of our pros, Rach Gasson, on a lap. And while we're here with him, let's have a look at how he does it here.
Speed. Very tidy. I wish I could drive that well. Clearly practiced.
He has clearly practiced. The lines he's taking through here, that's definitely not just, oh, I'll just pick this up in the evening.
Yes. Oh, he's making this look easy. That's nice. He's making it look like how I think my intention when I drive a car around. I'd like it to go like this, and then that, and then this, and it sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. It hits that apex perfectly. You know, I did 12 hours out at COTA a couple of months ago. I didn't hit that apex a single time. And he does it on his first lap.
Man. Feel your pain.
There's this braking zone, which is just like, there's no marker for it either. and he nails it and hits the apex again.
Oh, going a bit wide through there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of lap time lost. Oh, as long as he manages to avoid those big curbs at the exit of that, I think. Really important to stay on the black stuff here, because that's where all the grip is. If you go even a little bit off that, it's just wash out.
Final corner.
How fast is that going to be? We know it's going to be fast, but it is into P1 2072, quickly followed by Michael Stevens with 2073. That is very, very, very impressive stuff. Gabe Holka just about to run into the last corner here. That is bound to be a fast lap time as well.
Into first, 206.855.
That's our first man in the 206s. Just running a quick look through the standings. I still don't see Hakan Roholt on the server. Gabe Hawkeye is 35 seconds into his lap and somehow already improving by about 6/10.
I know, it's mental.
How do they do it?
I think, it's just a theory, but I think they drive faster than me.
I think it must be that they press the accelerator harder. Must be.
Yes. Yeah, they find the pedal setting that lets them go up to 105% on the pedal.
Yep.
Love it. Top class driving.
Yeah, absolutely. Marek Bożak here over a second up on his last lap time. Isaac Santiago as well over a second up on his last lap time.
Oh, it'd be really good to see him battling it out with Gabe Halka, much like it. Remember correctly, he was the one that was battling Hakan Roholt at the Nürburgring.
Yeah, that's true indeed. Still no Hakan Roholt today, so will he, instead of Hakan Roholt, be battling Gabe Holka?
Will be. See how he does. David Lewis slots into second with 206.995.
Great lap time.
Yeah, still got half a second lead as Gabriel Halka.
Yeah, and interestingly, Dave Lewis is better in the final sector. Marek Dvořák there, great lap, jumps into fourth. Interestingly, Dave Lewis has a 3/10 up. Sorry, he's got the best sector 3, and he's 3/10 up on Gabe Holka. So it's all in the first 2 sectors. For Gabe, there's something going right with that car.
Yeah, and while we were talking, Ian Santiago has slotted himself into second, and he's less than 2/10 behind Gabe. So I think we got a race.
I'm sure we've got a race here today. The amount of people as well in the 207s. Really, really, really a lot of people. Really tight. So it's going to be... It's got the writing on the wall for what will be a great finale. I'm sure that's how you pronounce that word.
You put in the wrong emphasis on syllable. So, while I know we were discussing at the end of the silver bronze qualifying about Lee Hems and where he'd end up. As it stands, he's got 10 pro drivers in front of him and 6 behind him on the qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, that's the situation for now, with 5 minutes left of qualifying, but... you know...
Yes, the other drivers, you know, I can see Cormac Quinn is up at 6/10, so he's likely to improve. But just saying.
Yeah. Let's just keep that position in mind for Lee Hems there.
Yeah.
As you were saying, with 5 minutes left to go, Gabe Hawker just finishing out his outlap, ready to put in 2 fast laps again.
Timing it well, being strategic, get that fresh rubber on for the last couple of laps.
Yeah. Very unfortunately there for Cormac Quinn, he's invalidated his lap time in the second to last corner.
Oh no.
That's gotta
hurt.
That's gotta hurt, but I reckon what we should do is focus on somebody else to give him a chance.
We're not even focused on him that time, we just mentioned it in passing and completely wrecked him. Let's see if we can do the opposite. I can see here that Rob Larby is 6/10 behind his best, you know, his last lap.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at Rob Larby here.
See if we can claw it back.
Yeah, maybe we should do the opposite, and instead of being really encouraging about their driving, we should be really, really mean.
Doing badly on a lap, we'll be watching you.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's really struggling with a bit of understeer there.
I think so, yeah, that's what it seemed like from that final corner.
I don't know if you could hear, I could hear his tyres squealing as he took that final corner.
Yeah, they were not happy. They were also probably not very happy about the slight touch of the exit sausage curb there.
Cheeky little nibble.
Cheeky little nibble of the sausage. But he does do pretty well through the S's. Good enough exit there as well, keeping up on his green delta. However, I see that he has actually invalidated his lap time somewhere already. Who has not done that is Ryan Harper though, and he's 4/10 up.
Yeah, it would be absolutely key for him to gain a couple of positions because, like I mentioned earlier, him and Rich Gasson are only separated by 3 points. So any position he can gain, he's already got 1 up over Rich Gasson. If he can gain any more, I'm sure he'll feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, that's definitely true, especially in the first sector here at COTA. He puts himself into 4th. In the first sector here at COTA, the S's. If you do go side by side there, you're losing so much time.
Yeah.
So not even in the first lap do you really want to be doing too much racing there.
And while we were talking about other people, Cormac Quinn places in 7th.
Yeah, up into 7th. Lee Hems has moved down 2 positions. Now only has 4 pro drivers behind him.
Oh, he actually has 5 because C. Barros is down in 26th.
Oh yeah, Carlos has not had the best time. I think I've got a sneaky feeling that's got something to do with this track being quite aero dependent and him running one of the older spec GT3 cars.
Could well be, yeah. Not having a good time of it, that's for certain.
No, not great.
It's interesting seeing the different popularity of cars. You can just by looking down the list, you can see the BMWs are fairly popular. The Aston Martins got good representation. Ferrari, Audi, not many Hondas.
No, despite being a very quick car, the Honda actually.
The McLaren is particularly popular in the bronze category.
Yeah, there's 4 drivers driving the McLaren in there, and really interestingly, in the bronze category, all of them are driving a mid-engine car. So, clearly not the ones to go for the... oh, let's just take it easy with a front-engine car that's simple to drive. Really challenging themselves, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it's just it's interesting. I know in previous seasons there was a lot more popularity in McLaren. I think it's been beaten with the bop stick.
Yeah, a little bit. That's qualifying over, but we still got plenty of people on there on fast laps. Just looking, Dave Lewis will be finishing the first, and he's about half a second up on his best.
Of course, right in the front, Gabriel Hauker has found a little bit of time on his last lap of the circuit. Which, I mean, to be credit, Ian Santiago, 0.025 seconds behind Gabriel Hauker's current time.
Yeah, absolutely neck and neck, isn't it?
Probably,
Dave doesn't manage to improve his position. Tim Strayton is hovering around that, matching his best lap time. It's probably going to be a little bit of an improvement here if he manages to do a good last corner. Just under 2/10 up. That's 3 positions for him though. Gabe Hawker. Good run out of the last one. Just under 3/10 up, so that gives him a 2.63. And then Tomasz Nawrocki decides to abandon the lap as he wasn't on a fast one, and that is qualifying. So, in qualifying, the results, the overall result, Gabe Hawker in P1 with a 2.63. Isaac Santiago quickly follows him with a 2.65. And then Tomasz Nawrocki with a 2.67 in P3. In the silver category, Lee Hems, the only driver in the 207s, of course, very high up even in the pro category. Then followed by Dagan Earl and Ryan Greenaway. And in the AM category, Andy Bentley, Sean Cardis and Nick Giles, the 3 McLaren drivers, all 3 of them managing to get into the 209s. So this is definitely gonna be a very nice race to watch. It's
gonna be good.
Lots of tight racing ready to be here.
It's gonna be a good spread. Going to be a good spread.
Just going to put a quick message in the chat, and we've got 3 minutes until the race starts, so now is a good time to go get yourself a drink, and we will see you in a short while.
See you soon.
And we've got 30 seconds to go. The engines are starting to come on. Final adjustments for the final round of Season 7. Making sure you've got enough fuel, just like we made sure that we've got enough drinks in our glasses.
Fluids.
Yeah, gotta keep hydrated. Gotta keep hydrated, you know. Like Kimi said. Well, not that he said it, but we will have the drink.
We have the drink?
We have the drink. Unlike
Good.
Kimi. And here we go. Through the last 2 corners. Our racers are ready for one final time. For 55 minutes of all-out racing. The final positions will be decided here today. It's quite a long run down to the lights here. 70 k's an hour here with Gabe Hawker there in the front. Everybody jostling for position, making sure they get a good run.
Here we go.
For one final time. It's green flag and away we go for 55 minutes at COTA. There's a couple of moves. Michael Stevens going down to the inside there.
4 wide.
Okay. 4 wide.
Couple of bumps.
Couple of bumps, but no big issues anywhere. Isaac Santiago managed to take the place away from Gabe Hawker. There's been a bit of an incident in the back with Phil Walker running off the track, but Gabe Hawker now in second, quickly followed by Ryan Harper, who's made up a good couple of positions, I think, and who has had an absolutely fantastic start is Michael Stevens, up 3 positions from the grid.
Oh, great start for him already.
Little bit of a tussle there between Don't Speak English and Rory Kilby. The 3 Aston Martins here going side by side. Changing position. Thomas Pichon just mugged Lee Hems there for a position, but I think he's just coming back, Lee Hems. What can they do on the brakes? Lee Hems just a little bit better on the brakes. Better run through that corner. Great move there. Defends that. Gained position. Phil Walker to the inside of Bruce Oos. And Eddie Wilkins and Dennis McElligott here through that challenging technical section side by side. Dennis McElligott coming off a little better, and then Eddie Wilkins getting pushed out wide there by Jacob Hale. Eddie really defending hard now from Wayne Bennett. A little bit of an overdrive, and Wayne Bennett goes on the inside. And that is Nick Giles into the back of Eddie Wilkins there. Michael Stevens gaining a position, and Dave Lewis there into the first corner.
He's on a tear. He's definitely thrown the sandbags out at the start of this race.
Absolutely, and then Dave saves it really nicely there behind him. Not the man who we were expecting to go sideways there.
It's not on. Can't change the script this late in the season.
Michael's actually getting a really good run here as well onto Marek Boszak. That Audi is a little faster. He's really not got a great situation ahead of him here. But that toe will protect him really nicely from Dave Lewis behind.
Yeah, of course, with COTA being such a wide track, it's a very different situation to Alton Park, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. And you know, despite being one of the bumpier tracks on the F1 circuit, it's still as smooth as ice compared to Alton Park, this track.
Oh yeah. Not sure I'd want to see F1 at Alton Park. That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's one way of putting it, yeah.
See, David Lewis is still trying very hard to keep the pressure on Stevens.
Yeah, and doing a great job with it as well. Ridge Gasson, no, sorry, Tomasz Lovret's here coming onto Ridge Gasson. Of course, these Porsche drivers have a big disadvantage down these really long straights of the lack of engine power.
Yeah, and normally we'd say something like, "Oh, well, they'll, in the corners they'll have the grip advantage and they can get the car turned quicker." But with the track being as hot as it is,
yeah, it's debatable whether the cars really have a big grip advantage here, don't they?
Really does.
Makes you think why you drive the Porsche.
I know. I'm surprised that Stevens has the traction control on today.
Well, it's Stephen Kral there just off the track, but coming back on. A little bit of a situation there through the S's. I was just going to say we haven't really seen, I don't know, I haven't checked the in-car settings that he's got, but not sure if he's running traction control today, or if he's going full Porsche Cup.
So I have actually just taken a look, and he's on his the standard setup, which is 1 on the traction control and 4 on the ABS.
Of course, classic Stevens.
Can't change it for the conditions. He was on the same setup last week. Michael Goff overtakes Thomas Loveret for 10th.
Let's have a quick look how it's done. He just, Tomasz Lovret goes to the defensive line, but that car, you can just see that car's just not fast enough, so he just gets it done on the straight.
Yeah.
Good little move.
Lovely little group going on as well.
Bruce Hopkins there, jumping over those curbs. It just lets Dennis McElligott through, who is on the outside of Ryan Greenaway, and he makes the move around the outside, but he doesn't quite make it stick, but he's still side by side here. Into the final corner.
He's going to have the advantage there, isn't he?
Yeah, but is Ryan Greenaway going to be able to come back at him here into turn 1? Dennis choosing that defensive line.
Yeah, it's good car positioning. Good car positioning here. It's going to be tough for Ryan to really had to lift off there to avoid a collision. To get,
yeah, absolutely.
Place back.
And then he gets completely mugged by 3 more cars.
Oh.
Side by side with Wayne Bennett, and that's
mugged.
Oh, that's a big crash there. That's going to be some coffee tables whacked later today.
Yes.
Oh, that's a big hit there for Wayne Bennett.
It's a big hit.
Stephen Kral as well. I don't think he was involved. Ooh, that's not nice for Jacob Hale, but he manages to get away from it. But in for P1, Gabe Holka going down the inside of turn 11.
We wanted racing, and we're getting racing.
We're getting so much racing. There's a fight there for P10 as well, but there's too much happening once again.
Goff and Loverick swapping back and forth between 10th and 11th.
Yeah, and Rob Larby getting involved in that as well, and woof.
Meanwhile, Hyde is getting past Barros, who's just not having a whole lot of luck in that first gen Porsche.
No, we'll blame the car for today. We'll blame the car there for Carlos Barros.
Yes.
Isaac managing to keep ahead of Gabe Hawker for the rest of that lap. Gabe really making himself wide in those mirrors. Making sure that he knows that he's there.
You know, I could almost think that he's trying to force Santiago offline by taking a different line through the S's.
Yeah. Bruce Hopkins here onto Dennis McElligott. Nicely around the outside, but he does just about nibble the curbs. We've got the first people in the pits. That's going to be Ryan, Greenaway, Wayne Bennett and Carlos Barros. I think the people with the damage.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Kroll's decided not to go for the pit. Evidently thinks it's not enough damage to really be bothered about.
No, interestingly, yeah. I'm not sure how the Honda does on aero damage, if it takes a lot of it, but...
Side by side. He just hasn't got the speed.
Just doesn't have the speed, no, absolutely.
Even with the dough, he's falling behind. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
But on the brakes, he just gets right next to him again. It's just...
I'll tell you what, Lee Hems is looking to get involved as well.
Oh, he absolutely is, and Thomas Pichon is just waiting behind him. Just thinking, yeah, you guys fight, you guys fight. Yeah. Lee Hems there, hitting the bumps.
How can I get in on this?
Yeah. Lee getting past Thomas Pichon, back again. Can Tomasz Lovrec keep ahead? No, he cannot.
We might be able to see a move on Rich Gasson on Cormac Quinn, just coming down the final straight here.
There's definitely a move on, and Rich Gasson makes it round to stick around the inside.
I don't think he's got it through the S's
through
just
this
yet.
right-hander. No, it's going to be neck and neck for the S's, but Cormac Quinn falls back a little bit, but Michael Goff right behind that as well.
Yeah, this is where the mid-engine cars get to shine a little bit as they just go, I've got downforce and you don't.
Yep. Oh, hey, look at me rotating the car. You know what? I've every time I have a quick look at Isaac Santiago and the gap to Gabe Hawker, and it's never more than half a second.
I know, it's fantastic. I'm not sure Gabe sees it that way as yet, but certainly entertaining from the commentary box.
Yep, no, he's probably very frustrated at losing that position because he would love to be ahead of that BMW.
Yeah. Of course, in the grand scheme of the points in the season, it probably won't make a huge difference to him, but
no, but in
they are racers.
Yep, in the small scheme of I want to be ahead. There was a great little tussle there. Dean Hyde momentarily got past Don't Speak English, and then Don't Speak English came back. We've got number 27. That's Nick Giles with a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. That's the first drive-through of the day. I'm sure we're going to see many, many more.
No doubt. Oh, is he going to get the move done this time?
Oh, he's doing his best, but so close.
Such a tease.
It's Rory Kilby in the pits, yet just coming out now. I really wish we could see how many warnings each of these drivers has.
That'd be great. That really would be great. Trying to stick on board with Gabe at the minute, and I think he just tried to sell Santiago a dummy.
Yeah, it was that. It was down the run towards that hairpin before the straight, wasn't it?
Yes, he went, I'm going left, and then immediately swapped back to going right.
He keeps trying to do it over and over again.
I think he was also trying to play off the Barros being blue flagged there and hoping that he could slip through.
Yeah, hoping that he could pull the Stevens special. There's a double overtake happening here. One of them was actually not for position, I believe, but you love to see cars just going side by side. And there is a lot of it here at COTA. Well defended there from Dennis McElligott later on the brakes. There's a chance into the final corner.
Oh, it might stick this time.
It might do. It's going to be a drag race to the first corner. And my money is on the Aston Martin.
He's barely a bumper length ahead.
Yeah.
Coming into this first corner. Oh, he's going to squeeze Santiago off the track.
He does, and that gives Ryan Harper. Oh, great clean racing there. Oh, that is impressive stuff.
And Harper's like, your loss is my gain, as he comes up right behind Santiago, who's a bit compromised now coming out of that first turn through the S's.
Yep. But then he fronts a little wide. And Gabe Hawker is thinking, yes, battle behind me, please, as he opens up that second gap. Gabe Hawker with the fastest lap time of the race, 2:06.8. Just about 3/10 faster than Isaac's fastest. So he's probably hoping just to break the toe and hopefully get out of the front.
No doubt, yeah. I think he's that moment's been building up for a while now. Every time he went through the first corner,
yeah,
he was looking to see if he could make it this time, and I think he just managed to pip him on the last turn.
Yeah, and here we see Tomasz Lobrez's Porsche getting mugged again by not just one but two Aston Martins.
Oh, no. Oh, he's managed to pull ahead of Pichon. Pichon's decided I'm not playing that right now.
No. You know, it's
Loverick taking an interesting line there.
That was
Hems.
Yeah, that was with Lee Hems. It was perhaps a little too. We'll let the stewards decide.
Yeah.
Bruce is really trying to get past Dean Hyde here as well. It's something about COTA that just makes for really exciting racing, I think. Gabe Hawker has managed to open up that little bit of a gap. 1.3 seconds, that just about breaks the toe to Isaac Santiago, who's also a little under pressure there from Ryan Harper, so...
Oh yeah, meanwhile down in the midfield, Michael Goff is defending Cormac Quinn and Rob Larby.
Yeah, he's managed to keep the position.
I actually think he overtook Quinn very recently, and now he's having to hold him off again.
Yeah.
But of course, it's a classic scenario. Quinn's under pressure from Larby, Quinn's pressuring Goff.
Yeah.
Goff's just like, I really want to keep the position, please. Leave me alone.
Quietened down a little bit in terms of the battles. Everybody's a little more following each other. I wonder whether that's because the tyres aren't quite as aggressively grippy as they were before after 20 minutes on this hot track.
Yeah, no doubt. I was going to say, we're starting to enter the pit window lull, where
Yeah.
drivers are starting to think, okay, when am I going to take the pit window? Tyres aren't forming as they were. Perhaps they're starting to notice that, you know, out of certain corners, putting the power down is leading to a bit more of a squirrely situation.
Yeah. A little bit more
And
understeer in the front engine card as well.
yeah, yeah. So I assume the concentration levels are rising as they have to think about, when am I going to pit? God, this car is starting to, you know, drive a bit off.
Yeah.
Like I said, Rob Larby's coming alongside Cormac Quinn down the main straight.
Yeah, he's not going to give up. He's not going to let that opportunity go. Nice pass.
Yeah, lovely. I think in some ways Cormac had recognised that was going to happen.
Yeah, I think so. I think when they were side by side at the start, the BMW is not quite as slippery in the straight line as the Honda. So he just kind of let it happen and made sure he's not losing too much time to the cars in front.
Yeah, no doubt. Just reviewing some of the positions at the start versus what we've got now. Harper has gained into third over Navrocki. Dvorak's gained over, well, Dvorak and Stevens. Stevens gained 3 positions since the start. Unfortunately, Lewis has lost 2.
Well, they can't all gain positions, unfortunately.
No, sadly. And Cormac Quinn, unfortunately, has been the victim of a lot of those losses. He started in 7th, now to 11th.
Yeah, and looking down at the sort of latter positions, we've got 10 positions lost for Ryan Greenaway. Of course, he's already pitted, so...
Oh, instant. Harper, Santiago.
The 1 second I'm not looking. What happens here? Harper goes down the inside.
Oh, that car was... Yeah, you could see the rear was just started to step out on Santiago there. I don't know if he just took that corner a bit too hot.
Yeah, good time for them to pit though. Get rid of those warmed up tyres. I think Ryan may have tried to go down the inside and maybe was a little too ambitious and ran a little wide of the apex as well. But once again, we'll leave that for the stewards to decide.
It's good to know. So the pit time looks like it's going to be about... Oh, it's hard to say because most of the drivers that have pitted so far had damage, so it's a bit varied. So it'd be good to see how long they're going to spend in the pits.
Ryan Greenaway was stopped here for quite a sizable amount of time, for about 15-20 seconds at the exit of turn 1. Indeed.
Oh, and talking off, he's just spun out. Through the S's.
Something's not right with that car. He resets back to pits and...
Yeah, it looks like something's gone a bit awry.
Yeah, Bruce...
And he's just disconnected, so he's retired.
Yeah, that's a retirement there for Ryan Greenaway. That's unfortunate.
Really is unfortunate.
Yeah, it really wasn't his race today. Getting involved in an incident which, you know, it's difficult to sort of get past losing a lot of positions, getting a lot of damage, and then having to pit. Then if the car still doesn't feel right, then it's like, is there really much point?
Yeah, it sucks all the enjoyment out of this, particularly if you've as no doubt many of these drivers will spend a lot of time on practicing, and a lot of time on getting their setup tuned to how they want it to be. To have it all go wrong in the first couple of laps is really very frustrating.
Yeah, indeed. Is Ryan Harper battling with Cormac Quinn? Or has Ryan already done his pit stop? Just trying to figure out. So has Cormac, actually, going for one of his early pit stops, I assume. Ryan gets past. Nice little simple move for him, really. Andy Bentley hot on the tail of Dennis McElligott here. Through the S's.
So it looks like the time in pits is about 1 minute 15 seconds.
Okay.
So any driver that's pitted, try and think they're 1 minute 15 ahead of where they are.
Yeah.
We'll try and figure out where they should be after the pits are complete.
Or alternatively, we can just let everybody do the pit stop and not stress our
fancy
brains.
doing all this maths.
Maths, not even once.
No.
I could go for running a little bit wide. Rob Larby just getting past. You know, I remember back in the early days of the season, Rob was actually in the silver category, and he's really holding his own in the pros. Up in 7th place for the time being. David Lewis with a mistake, just about allowing Rich Gasson to get through up into 4th position. And a lot of people now in the pits. It is just about that halfway point in the middle of the race.
Yeah. Look and see. Very interested to see when Gabriel Hauke decides to pit, because at the minute in Santiago is after the pit about 3 seconds behind him. So if anything, I think Gabriel's still been building time up on him.
Yeah, he's definitely he's the only person. Oh, actually, he's not quite. I was going to say he's the only person still in the 207s, but Isaac Santiago is just doing 207 too, but that is on fresh tyres. So he is still going very quickly, but the cars behind, who have just pitted, are going faster. So don't leave it too long.
Talking to Ryan Greenaway, we've just been joined by Ryan.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
I wasn't going to talk, I was just going to lurk in the background.
Fair enough. Well, feel free to chat if you feel like it.
See where the magic happens, boys.
That is Isaac Santiago just getting past Michael Stevens there. Great move down into the hairpin, actually. And now the BMW just leaving the Porsche for dust.
Yes, well, as I think as we discussed earlier, the Porsche's just not got the speed.
He was in the slipstream, sort of 2 or 3 tenths behind that BMW for the entire straight. The BMW's not particularly fast, but he just wasn't coming back on him. Like,
No.
just nothing he can do.
I'm telling you, the problem is it's too grippy for Stevens this week.
Yeah, I think so.
Just can't get the car to slip properly.
I want to say that ever since our celebration of his spin at Alton Park, he's not actually had a spin.
I think he had one last week, but we didn't manage to catch it on the replay.
Yeah.
I think during qualifying, I think he span out. But I mean, it's not surprising when you're driving at a Monza that is completely soaked.
No, absolutely not.
He was not alone. He was just picked on.
Yeah. As always, we love picking on that man. I've just had a small notification from my headset that the battery's running out, so I'm gonna be back in about 15 or 20 seconds.
That's
Okay.
exactly what happened with me, but it was more problematic because it was VR.
Ah, is that why you sat at the exit of turn one
Yeah.
for 20 seconds?
Yeah. Didn't go down too well.
Yeah.
Even when I put it on charge, for some reason it wasn't charging properly, so it just died, and I thought I'd kill myself before I kill anyone else.
Yeah, fair enough. Rich Gasson having a collision there with David Lewis coming into the final turns, cost him a couple of seconds over him. That's gotta be annoying. He's on a recovery drive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what happened to Rich Gasson there. Did he just spin on the inside of a curb?
I'm not entirely sure. He had a bit of a bump with David Lewis coming into the final turn.
Right, okay, that explains the little bit of a fallback. But Gabe Hawker in the pits from the lead. We will see where he comes out. I think his last lap was still pretty quick, so...
Yeah, I mean, my prediction would be he comes out in front of Santiago. I haven't really been keeping a track on the Delta as yet.
I think so, yeah. That's like Santiago. Just about... Well, we'll see, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Santiago's got 58 seconds to the leader right now, which is David Lewis. But I don't know, didn't take note of how far ahead Gabe was ahead of Lewis when he went into the pits.
Yeah, nor did I. But I've got a feeling it was a sizable amount. It was sort of around 10 seconds or more. Gabe Hawker just coming out now. He's back on the track and he is very well ahead of Isaac Santiago.
So that's worked out quite well for him then.
Yeah, just a commanding drive so far. As soon as he managed to get past Isaac in the sort of after the first 15 minutes of struggling behind and trying to get past. You know, he's packed his bags and stolen the hotel amenities and just checked out.
Yeah, absolutely. And it actually, you know what? Thomas Navrocki has managed to pip Santiago in all that pitting going on. It's not been a good undercut at all. Hasn't worked at all for Santiago at all.
No, I really wonder whether he had a longer pit stop, whether he maybe messed up, didn't quite hit the marks, or something like that happened, or whether he just struggled with some traffic.
I think he came out just ahead of Wayne and I when we came out of pits with our damage, so he missed us, but whether it was someone ahead of us, I'm not sure.
Well, his pit stop was 3 seconds longer than Gabriel's and 2 seconds longer than Navrocki's, but there's been longer pits.
Yeah, that doesn't seem enough to quite make that big a difference. So, yeah, who knows?
Not 10 seconds worth.
No. Oh,
That was feisty.
Stephen Crowell there. That was a great shot of him flying across the curb there.
Do you know what we haven't seen so far this race?
A Stevens spin?
Oh, well, that, yes, of course. I mean, that goes unsaid. We haven't seen anyone eat sausage.
First of all, we haven't seen anyone eat sausage, and second of all, even after what has been almost 35 minutes, we haven't seen a single drive-through for track limits.
I got launched a couple of times over the sausages. I kind of was pushed offline.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going full speed, so it wasn't quite as spectacular, but I was bouncing around like a whatever. It wasn't pretty.
I'm really hoping that we do catch somebody flying across the sausages, because just a glorious thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to happen.
It's gotta be full belt, really.
Yeah. So Dvorak's all over the back of Stevens, coming down the back straight, which is not where Stevens really wants it to be.
No, especially not in the Porsche.
Oh, he's got the inside.
Still keeps it around the inside. Better
Oh,
exit there for Dvorak.
He's now on the outside, which is gonna be... It's quite hard to tell from the angle how close that was. It looked close.
It looked pretty close, but it was clean. And Michael Stevens, through that technical section, manages to keep it ahead.
The problem is what's coming up very shortly in the next couple of corners.
Yeah. The start-finish straight, I'll tell you what. But I think he's managing to make up enough of a gap here. Oh, he gets a bit of a bump over the sausages. This has a chance here for Marek Dvorak.
Oh, he's gaining. He's gaining.
Significantly.
Can he make the defense work? Oh, it just about does it.
Good defending there from Michael Stevens.
Excellent. Made that Porsche look as wide as possible.
Dean Hyde don't speak English once again, overtaking each other, having a little bit of a fight, coming back at each other. Great little bit of stuff, and then there's Tim Streeton.
Making friends with the wall.
I did that. I've done that several times in practice. You just carry too much pace and it will snap you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the snap.
That's exactly what happened.
That's a trip to the pits if he hasn't already been, because that's usually 30 seconds of damage.
Yeah. As you saw Rich Gasson taking the provisional lead of the race because Dave Lewis is now in the pits. I'm pretty sure.
Like, Dvorak trying to make that move on Stevens, and Stevens actually takes a bit of sausage going through the corner.
Oh well, I'll tell you. Stevens taking sausage, that's something that I want to see. Let's go for the replay. Yeah, Dvorak around the outside there. Yeah, it's the inside sausage that's just savage in there.
You shall not pass. It's just going to really struggle to get that pace back now because Dvorak's just going to take off.
Yeah, on the straight it's going to be a struggle just to keep up with Dvorak on the straights. And of course, the main area where the Porsche really gains the time is through the S's, and if you're on the back of somebody through the S's, you can't really pass them there, so you're losing all of the time there.
It's not a good passing place there. You gotta be brave and have a lot of faith in the other person, which is probably where it went wrong for me and Bennett.
What, on the bravery or the faith part?
He was brave, but he also had faith in me.
That being said, he's right on his tail, trying to make it happen. In fact, he's making it happen.
Does make it happen.
Dive, but he's gone
with the switchback.
I don't think he's going to win this drag race.
No, I don't think so. But he's going to slot in behind. And can he potentially get him on the brakes?
Yeah, if anything, the Porsche has got to go.
He needs to be. He needs to be waiting for that section, doesn't he? He needs to be making his move.
Yeah.
At the end of that long straight, because it's a more technical section afterwards.
Yeah.
Hold the lever.
Yeah. Rob Larby, meanwhile, putting under pressure Ryan Harper, who for some reason his left indicator has been on for the last like 5 or 10 minutes.
Going left.
Constantly. I mean, we are in America, the home of NASCAR, of course. So maybe he's paying homage to NASCAR. Dennis
Could well be.
Yep, Dennis McElligott there with trying to make that move around the outside now, trying to make it stick.
He's certainly putting in a
Presumably
good effort.
Streeton's carrying some damage still, isn't he?
Yeah, that bonnet doesn't look quite aerodynamic enough.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't pit again. Or he might just limp on. Was it 15 minutes left?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know whether the latest lap included the crash, but he's doing 2:22s.
Ouch.
Yeah. So
It's good.
it's not quite slow enough to consider pitting, but at the same time, it's not really fast.
It's a long lap, isn't it? There's probably only
Yeah.
27 laps left, really.
Yeah.
8 laps.
And if you're losing, what, 10 seconds a lap?
Yeah, still got a minute in hand almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will be falling back down through the field, though, and that is very unfortunate for him. And we've got a drive-through for track limits for Ryan Harper.
It had to
At
happen.
last.
It had to happen.
At last, somebody's finally done it, given us the drive-through, but very unfortunate there for Ryan. That is him.
I think you can tell that this is not a track that's been don't want to say practice. It's just not been used a hell of a lot because the order's really mixed up in terms of, you know, you expect Harper near the front all the time, don't you? Although obviously we haven't got Hackad near this week. But
Yeah.
it's definitely mixed the order up a bit.
It's going to be quite critical, actually, that drive-through, because Rich Gasson's just entered the pits. Ryan Harper's going to have to drive through the pits. But they are 3 points between them in the standings.
Yeah, and
Crunch.
looking at the timing, Rich is just about, I want to say 30 seconds ahead of Ryan. So that 30-second pit stop, we'll see. It's going to be very critical, this.
So no doubt he's going to come out.
Well, he's just gone out ahead of him, but he's not gone through this time, has he?
No, he hasn't. No.
Gasson's only just come out behind him.
Yeah, and
So
Harper
he's going to
still
comfortably.
has the...
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to comfortably.
Yeah. Oh, never thought I'd see a drive-through have such a massive effect on the standings.
Yeah. Could have been a really nice battle for position in the championship, but hey, who knows? There's still 12 minutes for everybody to start getting their own little drive-throughs.
Tyres are going to get worn. People on track, free track limits are already going to be twitchy.
Yep.
And of course, the later you leave it, the less time you've got to clear it.
Yeah, that's true.
And as you were saying earlier, we don't actually know how many strikes each driver's on. For all we know, Rich Gasson is now driving the S's very carefully.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. One person who can afford to drive the S's very carefully, though, is Gabe Holka here, with a comfortable 10-second lead.
He's got to be happy.
He's got to be happy. I don't know how he does it.
Pressure's off for him today, isn't it? he hasn't really got anything at stake, I don't think.
Do you think he might be a bit bored?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure what the situation was with Haken's dropped races, whether he still has...
I think he's got 9 good ones in the bag, so I think he's okay. I don't think Gabe can catch him. And I don't think Gabe can beat Court unless he gets penalty points, which I think is a clean race, isn't he? So it should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you're 10 seconds out or 11 seconds out from the next driver, you have no need to be doing any crazy moves.
It might just be the Aston Martin, but it even sounds laid back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just slowly accelerate my way.
Yeah. Just kind of
and then go really fast
along.
Yeah. But coming back to that, Harper and Gasson, even right now, Gasson is on the back of Harper. I think even without the drive-through, it would have been more interesting without the drive-through, but there's something to be said. Rich Gasson's on fresh tyres right now. Harper's on much older tyres.
It comes down to how many places Harper's going to drop with his drive-through, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about it's quite a long pit lane, isn't it?
It's about 1 minute 15, so it's about
Is
just
that
over half a lap.
with a pit stop? Though, so
Yeah, that's total pit
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
so that's what he's got a 40-second drive-through. It's going to lose quite a lot of place, isn't he?
John Collins was stopped there for a bit, and I've just seen Wayne Bennett in the pits, just giving the coffee table a quick whack. But there was nothing. No positions actually changed, but there was almost a 3 wide there into turn 11. There's Ryan Harper, Rich Gasson, and Rob Larby. And this is the lap that Ryan has to come in.
Is it a 30-second penalty if he doesn't come in? Is it a time penalty? Or is it a DQ?
I think
I'm
it's
not
more
sure.
than a 30-second, but it's just a time penalty, I think. I want
If
to
he's
say
calculating that.
I wonder whether it's...
Oh,
Yeah,
it's coming
there
in.
it is.
Yep.
Don't speed.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
don't make it worse.
Just want to draw attention to the fact that every time I've looked at Michael Goff this race, he has about 3 cars behind him.
It's defending well.
Yes.
We've
Even the Brick Wall Award.
yeah. We've got another victim of the track limits, Bruce Oos in number 811, the drive-through.
Looks like David Lewis has made his way past Michael Stevens.
So Mr. Harper's come out of the pits now. Where's he finished after that pit stop?
Now he's in 14th. Oh!
Oh,
Oh, hello!
Stevens! Almost
Michael's-
treating us.
Almost treating us to a spin.
It's too much grip today.
And
He
then
must have cat-like reflexes, that guy. He
Yeah.
catches so many of them, doesn't he?
they...
When you're always driving on the edge.
Yeah, Isaac Santiago and Tomasz Nawrocki have been side by side for the entirety of the back straight. And then I'm going to carry on watching the replay, because this I've seen as plus a 0.0 gap between those two for a very long time. Isaac Santiago just manages to get past there, actually. Tomasz Nawrocki. That's Dennis McElligott.
Gone for it. Is he going to make it stick? No.
Not quite. And that
Just
Porsche is
switched back on.
Yep, and that Porsche is really quick around the outside as well, so...
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he holds it on the main straight, though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
might get him here, going into T1.
I'm sure I've seen this before.
I'm
I'm sure I've seen this before. Michael Goff and Rich Gasol.
It's a wide track, but it's a very wide BMW.
Yeah. I'm sure I mentioned earlier in the race, he got past him and then he went through the S's and said, I've got more downforce than you. I'm sure that's what happened.
That is exactly what happened.
So how are we back here again?
Pit stops.
Pit stops. Michael Goff's pulled some magic pit stops.
Yeah.
He's right on him if he gets a good exit on the back straight.
A little bit of a compromise in the braking zone, but
Bringing Rob Larby into it as well, isn't it?
absolutely, yeah. Rob's still just about a second back. Who it's really benefiting though is Mike Stevens.
Well, you say that, but I'm just keeping an eye on that delta every time they go down the straights.
Ah, is it closing?
Little bit. Just a little bit.
Needs to get rid of that back wing.
Yeah, it's too much that.
Oh, he's gone for it. Oh, nice move. Can he make it stick around the outside?
Yeah, I think Michael's made a bit of a mistake there, just letting Rich through a little bit, and now on the inside, that is his corner, and he is not letting Michael anywhere near that position now.
Tidily done.
I've got more downforce than you.
now Rob Larby's all over him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Rob Larby was there last time as well.
I'm gonna say I'm getting serious deja vu now, guys. Like, I'm sure this has happened already.
Yeah, I feel like
this could be fun.
I feel like we've been this place before.
Last of the late breakers. Switch back on him.
Yeah, this looks
convinced that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd try it through the S's.
No, definitely not.
Good job from the back marker as well, keeping out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely fantastically. Didn't get involved, didn't slow himself too much. Great stuff. This is a very awkward place to gain time on somebody because you've got this left-hander. Very difficult to overtake into that or past it because, well, you just can't.
Then, of course, you've got to try and hope that you get a good run down the straight coming up to that next corner. And
it doesn't quite work for Rob there. There's a run, but it's not the run.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a few laps if that's going to be the place of passing.
Of course, they don't have a few laps. They have just about 2. So,
I think if it's going to happen, it's probably going to happen in turn 1, just because Rob Larby seems to be getting a good sector 3 in.
Nice. Michael seemed to have the same problem he had in the last lap there, which let Rich pass. So I wonder whether he's just losing his tyres a bit in that section.
Possibly.
Because Rob got a lot closer to him in that section, going through the technical section there.
Yeah. It could either be that, or just the characteristic of the car, or the setup that he's chosen to go for.
Meanwhile, Rich Gasson is now approaching Michael Stevens.
Oh, he's either on a mission or he has got the fresher tyres on, hasn't he?
I'm sure I saw Michael Stevens indicating that.
It's mind games.
Go there, go left, go right.
Go left. Oh, he's getting his welding torch out, getting attached to Stevens' back bumper.
I've got a feeling he might have a go at him down the back straight. Just intuition, this is.
Just
it's not
intuition.
like the Porsche has been struggling there at all the entire race, no.
Might not even wait till the back straight.
Yeah. We've seen Michael Stevens getting switched back there before.
Yeah.
Didn't use the whole of the track to get
No.
a good exit there, did he?
No, probably just tried to get into the slipstream.
With that being
But-
said, he's
He's sticking to him,
Yeah.
making it stick this time.
using all the suck.
All the suck. Last minute of the race, Gabe Holker just about finishing his lap. So
And Mr. Goff is back in the picture again now that these two are fighting.
yeah, and of course Rob Larby is just behind him as well. So
Give you all to play for in this last lap.
yeah.
Just the way we like it.
Just the way we like it. Rob might just be taking Michael out of the picture there by trying to get past him there.
Yeah, that car's definitely struggling in that section, and he's losing time
100%.
going through those.
Oh,
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the Porsche in general has been struggling this week, this track quite a bit. It's
Yeah.
I think Stevens will be keeping his fingers crossed, hoping that we can keep Michael Goff at bay for this next lap.
Yeah, he manages to keep it nice and clean.
I believe we're in the final lap, but I can
We
never be
are.
sure. With
Yes, yeah.
Oh, another drive-through for Dennis McElligott.
Oh, not in the last lap! Oh!
Kill him, that is.
Oh, he's in the pits. So
Well,
I
he-
think that was.
He has to serve it now, otherwise he gets a massive time penalty.
It's at least 30, if not 45.
Yeah. Tomasz Loveret's onto Phil Walker here. There's been a bit of a gap developing on that old fight, but these two are having a great little tussle. That was definitely a track cut there for Tomasz Loveret's as well.
Gabe's about to wrap this one up, though, isn't he?
Yeah, a couple of seconds.
Michael Goff's looking for a move on Stevens.
He is, but Stevens manages to keep it in front.
He's just a couple more corners away from securing this place. And
Yeah.
Michael Goff goes deep.
Goes deep and lets Rob Larby through, actually, and at the same time, Gabe Holka across the finish line into the pit wall.
Was he going for a glorious donut there, just to celebrate the finish? And it just
It certainly looked that way.
didn't quite work, did it?
No,
No.
not quite.
Just a couple of £100,000 of damage.
And Santiago goes into second.
And Tomasz Nawrocki onto the final position on the podium. But Michael
Goff
Goff
got on the inside.
Oh, a bit of a tap!
That was a dive.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. That was almost as much of a dive as all the bars in the town that I live in. I live in a very small town.
So it's
Yeah,
towards the end of this
missing out
race.
the end of championship donuts.
Yeah. I think everybody's very happy with how that race has gone.
Well, apart from
I think everyone's very
Dennis
happy that it's
McElligott.
over.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a better assessment of it. Now, I've spoken to people before, and I have suggested that everybody stays in the voice chat to give us a little bit of a review of their season and just their thoughts. So if we make our way over to the general chat now, we can get all of that sorted out.
Shit.
Oh, we walk in.
Great race, Georgia. Yeah, pop me tyre, let's go.
Hello, hello.
Commentators,
Whoa,
please,
hello.
commentators.
Commentators, Chris.
The BMW is good for about 10 minutes.
We literally walked in with the stream, and all we get is shit as the first word.
Let
You are now
everyone know
live.
what's in it.
Yeah,
Could have been far worse, couldn't it?
Might as well start as you mean to go on.
yeah, yeah. as I said before, I'd like to just highlight just how awesome the community of DGSR is. So if we could go down the order, starting with Gabe in P1, and then if everybody could just give me 10-20 seconds, just thoughts on the season, highlight of the season, anything that's on your mind. Tell us if you're depressed, I don't know. But yeah.
Counselling.
Yeah, Gabe, if you could take it away, just with your thoughts.
It's always fun, and it's always nice to trust whoever I race, and we are respectful for each other most of the time. So it was a great season. Unfortunately, I need to catch up with Hakan and Harper and Santiago and Frada. So yeah, just some that I need to catch up on speed.
Thank you very much. How about Isaac?
Yeah, to sum up, what Gabe said is what I thought is a lot of respect here, and it's really nice, this community. So many people and a lot of respect, and as Gabe said, we have to catch Hakon next season.
Great, thank you. If we've got Dave Lewis in here.
Yeah, I'm here, mate. So, second season with DGSR, and I think it's fantastic. All levels here, and everyone respects each other, so you get great racing. This season, for me, didn't go too well, pretty poor. I got a couple of podiums, but yeah, I love it. I recommend anyone get in this community. Try your luck. Well done, guys.
Thanks very much. I've managed to miss out 2 people. Tomasz Nawrocki.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes. Hello.
Evening.
Oh, yeah. What do you want to know? How shit I was?
I mean, I see.
Yeah,
you,
I was. I agree.
I see you on the podium.
Just pure luck, you know. I think it's Isaac and can't remember Harper. Yeah, they just got a little incident. That's why I could gain a couple of positions, but then obviously I was struggling with that Audi as always. And I think Isaac, overtook me. But you know, it's as always, it's a great fun, guys. Yeah, so thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much, Marin Vatak.
Yeah, thank you as well for the season. I really enjoyed it. The results were not that great because I made a lot of stupid mistakes during the season. But this race was kind of cherry on top of this season. I really enjoyed it, and I got amazing result from me. So thank you for the racing, and see you next season.
Thanks very much. How about Rich Gasson?
Hi guys. DGSR's the bollocks.
Here.
Enough said.
That's our slogan.
Yeah.
Enough said.
We're the bollocks. Yeah.
Michael,
it's just good racing here, isn't it?
Yeah. Michael Spins Stevens.
Part of the season was spins. Second part of the season, I managed to stop spinning.
Yeah, I think after we've called you out at Alton, you've behaved.
Yep. Yeah, but after the cheering and the hooray, I took that as internal motivation.
Thanks very much.
Not commentator's curse, that's commentator's motivation.
Inverse. Rob Larvey.
Oh, yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as everyone else, really. Great racing. It's my second season, and everyone's welcoming. It's good fun. It makes it 10 times better being on Discord with other people. Racing on your own's shit. So definitely join a Discord server on DGSR.
Yeah.
Thanks. How about Mike Goff?
Yeah, it's my first season with DGSR. It's absolutely fantastic. Great bunch of lads. Really welcoming. Just want to take the opportunity to thank the organisers as well. I've been in a few leagues over the years. This is definitely by far the best. Just thank you. My season's been absolutely rubbish, and I'll be back next year.
Oh, is that a threat? You're threatening us.
Yeah. Lee Hems is next, our winner of the silver category.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, good. It's actually working now then. Yeah, so no, just mirror what everyone else has said, really. Great community, great racing, everyone's fair, and yeah, I've enjoyed the season, so been good.
Thanks very much. Thomas Pichon is next.
Yeah, so yeah, we had a great season. Good battles. I think I've said it already, but ACC. I felt a bit tired of ACC after like 5 or 6 races. But yeah, we had good battles on the last races, so it was fine for me. I'm looking forward to change to change the game.
Change the game.
And I think I will fire all my pit crew because I've lost so many spots on the pits. I know it's my fault, but I prefer to blame the pit crew.
Excellent.
Yeah, but great season.
Cormac Quinn next, please.
Yeah, just on that note about the team, I think I just got my P45 from BMW there now, so I'll be looking for new employment for the next season. But yeah, it's a good crack now. Shitty results all season though, but I've had some class battles. Some of the races have been brilliant, so and the stream's been awesome too. So well done to you boys as well up in the technology box.
Thanks.
That's got to be said. That got to be said.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah, roll on season 8 and a new QR, hopefully.
Yeah. Dagan Earl next, please.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed the season. Managed to participate almost all the races for the first time, so that was good. Brilliant season throughout, and thanks for everyone for participating, and thanks for the streams. They've been brilliant.
Ryan Harper.
Yeah, what I say, thanks for the season, guys. It's been great, always good racing. From a personal point of view, a bit frustrating. Finally showed that the pace I actually have, but didn't quite get there in the end. I think next season, trying to be a bit more consistent and might finally try and overhaul Gabe and not Hakon. But cheers.
Timmy next. I mean, Tomasz Lovrets, of course.
Yeah, what can I say? First full season in the Porsche was fun. Some shit results, some good results, a mix of everything. Yeah, thank you for the season. I really nothing more to say that hasn't been said already, except one last thing. You bastards, I'm a Barbie girl.
Yes!
Finally.
Finally it happened.
Round one, turn 3.
Phil Walker.
Hey guys, I mean, what can I say? It's amazing community. I've done 4 or 5 seasons now. Each season concentrating on trying to do just a little bit better than the last one. So, you know, the guys at the top, in about 27 seasons time, I'm going to be there coming for you. This season, I was all set to give up after 2 races. I had 2 shit races to start, but I knew that there was rivalries all the way through the field. There's always going to be someone to race against. And that was true for the rest of the season, and it was amazing. And the highlight for me, actually out-qualifying our resident alien Hakan in the same car in a wet Monza, well, I'm going to remember that for a long time. And then just forget the bit where I punted making another race. And not about that.
Then it's the winner of our bronze class, Andy Bentley.
Hi mate, you're right.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah, I mean, so for me, I mean, I'm not just noob to DGSR, but it's the first season I've raced at all, so I've had a lot of things to learn this year. So, I'd just like to say thanks to everybody at DGSR. Really, everybody's been really welcoming. Yeah, I think it's a great group to start racing with. Quite simply, it's been a really good and enjoyable season.
Thank you. Tim Streeton's next in 18th.
Yeah, evening all. Yeah, this is like my 4th or 5th season now. As you can see, I'm probably due for a demotion back to F2 next season because I've been pretty slow in the top category this year. But it's been good fun anyway. There's always someone to battle, like Phil said. You're always battling someone, no matter where you are. So the racing's always great fun, and it's always well organised, and yeah, it's just a good crack.
Thanks. Jacob Hale's next.
Having been here basically since day one and knowing some of the guys in charge, I'm just surprised that people keep coming back.
Enough said.
We feel the same about you, Jacob. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll give Dennis a miss just because I want to keep him for the last, just for a final word.
Although he must have had a tire hack that race because he's been doing donuts the whole time and they haven't popped. So.
They popped at the very end.
But it's Stephen Krall next, please.
Yeah. guys, congratulations. You've all been tremendous last season. It's incredible the pace that we've all gained. It's stunning, and the racing is super clean. It's always great to be here on Monday with the Learn to League, and then on Tuesday it's always something to look forward to, and then it always turns down like shit. So I had a terrible season this one, so I'll probably seeing you in the silver class. But no, it's just great to be here, guys. Thank you, and for the organization and for the commentary as well. It's always good to watch it the next day. So yeah, keep it going.
Thanks very much. Next on the list, we've got Sean Cardis.
Hi, yeah. Much like Andy Bentley, really. I've my first season here. It's my first season ever on ACC. I've only been driving sim racing since March, April this year, something like that. So I'm glad I found this community. It's a great place to drive. It's a good bunch of guys. It's just been amazing. The learning curve has been absolutely massive. But yeah, it's all good fun.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, you fit in brilliantly, so
yeah. Dean Hyde, we've got next on the list, please.
Yeah, so third season with you guys, and each season's just got better and better. We enjoyed it more and more each time. So, yeah, fantastic. And you know, for anyone out there listening and thinking about joining, I definitely would urge them to do so.
Thanks very much for the kind words. Don't speak English if he's here, the last season winner.
Yes, I'm happy to hand over my championship to be much faster now. Been a struggle for a season, but still good fun. Never quite got the pace together on any track. Hopefully next season's pick will suit me better. So, thank you to everyone for a great community.
Thanks. Bruce Hopkins.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you for having me from across the pond. I really enjoy the voice chat of this community. I stay quiet on it because I seem to have the wrong accent compared to everyone else.
Yeah, tell the truth. You're just afraid of getting confused for Jacob and getting the abuse he should get.
Yeah. So I stay silent, but I'm on there listening all the time. I do want to say it is I race in many leagues. One of, if not the best one for clean racing. I never have a problem with this league and racing close to any of you guys here. So I really appreciate the group. And I like everything you're doing as far as track picks, the timing we do everything. So everything's going really well. So thank you very much for having me.
Thanks.
Bruce.
Sorry.
Can we get a translator?
Yeah, Jacob.
Can understand a word?
Could you translate that for us, Jacob? Or... we've got Carlos Barros next, one of the season 1 OGs in the old Porsche.
I think Carlos could be gone.
I think he might be. Nick Giles in that case.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Third season with the crew, and yeah, at the back it's hard work trying to stay out of trouble, but yeah, it's been really good, really fun keeping close with some of the guys, getting faster, but yeah, we'll get out the mid-pack some point.
Thanks very much. Then we've got Bruce Oos, the website overlord.
Thank you. As yeah, very good community racing, especially the help and the tips like brake early, close your eyes, stuff like that. We all like, we all enjoy.
You try driving faster.
Do you normally drive beyond wide? Well, I think we have quotes for like 1 million of t-shirts going around, so no, it's
starting our own line.
It's really fun community, and it's also fun to create all the stuff we're creating.
Great stuff. Then next we've got John Collins.
I think John had to leave.
Ah.
Oh yeah, he had to go. Yeah.
In that case, we go to Mr. Wayne Coffee Table Hand Injury Bennett.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello!
I just want to say I hate every one of you. Don't like any of you. Don't enjoy driving in this shit league with these horrible drivers that just send you off. Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
No, I very rarely stay in a Discord for this long. quite enjoy
I
it.
wonder why.
I know. I hate people.
Yeah, you
No,
normally
it's
get
good.
kicked, right?
I do. Normally get banned after about 3 races. I don't know why. But yeah, no, the season started off okay. Highlight was Alton Park, qualifying in 6th. I went downhill, then I've fucked my hand up. So yeah. Keep it up, guys. It's great. I love it here. It's nice to have friends.
Hopefully with
Roll on
something a bit more
Branzac.
cheery.
That's all I'm going to say. Roll on Branzac.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rory Kilby is next in 31st.
He's not here.
He's not here. Okay, Ryan Greenaway.
Yeah, was again echo everyone else's sentiments. It's a great community, the whole package you got with the website, and obviously we have the banter between all of us, and a good racing as well. From my point of view, season was a bit of a mixed bag. Had some pretty poor results, but also found a lot of time and had a couple of sort of qualifying in pole for the class and getting some podiums in silvers class, which was good. I found a lot of time on a lot of tracks, which I haven't done previously. So yeah, from that point of view, really good. But yeah, the whole package of the community is really good, well put together, and really great bunch of guys.
Epic, thanks so much. And then I've got Eddie Wilkins here in with 1 lap completed.
He may not have hung around.
I don't think he's actually here, so we're just gonna go, if we could, to Dennis McElligott, the great leader himself.
Yeah. To be
Give us your
honest,
thoughts.
I'm still here.
I'm surprised this shit show is still on the road after this long. And it wouldn't, to be honest, it wouldn't be doable without all the lads that are giving us a dig out every week. Like Bruce is doing huge work on the website. Jacob doing a lot of the work in Discord. Mike doing the coaching. If I start listing names off, I'd be here for the fucking night. But there's so many people doing so many jobs, and they're keeping the show taking over. And to all the lads that are racing, it's the gang that keep coming back every week to make it what it is. On and off the track, there's good crack in the Discord as well. And I just want to say thank you all for keep coming back every season. And hopefully you all keep coming back for many more.
Can we have a moment for the DGSR laptop as well?
Oh yeah. Oh, and Eddie Wilkins has kindly donated a new laptop. Eddie's not here, is he? He's donated another laptop to replace the long-suffering current server.
What's going to happen to the old laptop?
It's going into a museum.
Set it on fire.
It's going to the DGSR museum.
Yeah, bring it on that edge that we can all celebrate, and
we can make it
a
wee wooden case with perspex glass on it.
I'm going to make a little coffee table out of it and send it to Wayne.
I'll pay the postage. And then I'll send it back when I've finished.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
Whoa!
Disable the webcam. Disable the webcam.
Be glued together. That's going to make money on OnlyFans.
Listed under the section of smelly laptops.
Ooh, slightly used and abused.
So
but come here, and before you go, you and Alex, fucking phenomenal job all season.
Yeah, good job.
Well done. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
to see the change from the race 1 to now, it is like a professional setup between the two of you. It's very, very, very good.
Yep.
Sometimes funny as well.
Sometimes, yeah.
Get fucked.
Some epic quotes.
Thanks, gents.
We need a soundboard with like 200 buttons.
Somebody just completely fucking sends it into the back of it. Thanks, gents. I don't know if you want to share what's next for the community.
There is an AC league.
You got it now?
What am I saying? Yeah, there's an AC league starting in a couple of weeks for 3 weeks, kind of on the run up to Christmas. We're going to start doing some more R Factor 2 stuff. There'll be random non-racing stuff going on as well.
Race room.
We'll try and do a bit of race room. And then the new season of ACC will probably start towards the end of January. We're going to possibly jig things up with car choices and maybe race formats as well. And we're going to look at doing longer endurance races, maybe one every season.
Excellent.
Basically, we've a load of ideas and we'll do none of them, and it'll just be the usual carry on.
Excellent. And there's, of course, the potential for the meetup for the next round of British GT at Brands Hatch.
Next September.
Yeah, let's go.
I think that's most likely will happen. I probably will finalise things before Christmas. Now we've a bit of time to look things up in the off season. Pricing, hotels, accommodation, flights, transport, blah blah blah, and we'll see if it suits who wants to do what, and we'll try and do what pleases as many people as possible.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to leave you guys here, me and Alex, and we're going to finish off in the commentaries box, I think. Yeah, we're going to finish off each other. Yeah, that's right.
Each other.
Only way to finish the season.
But
guys, come on.
But you know, we've got some proper commentary box loving to do. So thank you so much, everybody, for all the racing that you've provided us. I mean, without you, it could not happen. And special thanks to Tomasz Lovres for driving around for the last 5 minutes on the server, so that we've got something to watch as well.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, the more you were talking, the more I was able to concentrate on the driving and improve myself.
Oh, there you go.
Where did it all go wrong? He was just searching for the answers.
Real question is, have you beaten your last lap time from the race?
Yes, I didn't, but the track is fast, so if it was optimal, I would definitely beat it.
Excuses.
He's
waiting
for next season.
Sand for next season.
He's waiting for some.
Excellent.
Oh, come here! Finally, just a congrats to our 3 class winners as well.
Yes.
I think Hakan took the pros. I'm fairly sure if Lee won tonight and has no penalties, he has won silvers. And is it
Andy?
Is it Andy Bentley or Sean?
No, yeah, I wasn't here last week, so
Sean.
I mean,
the site results not point, so.
Yeah, to Andy or Sean, whichever one of you we'll know after the results.
Yeah, it's Sean, I think. Yeah.
Congrats, guys. Well
hey.
done. And you're all going up.
Year.
You're all going up next year season.
Yeah.
Hakan has gone into his own class.
Yeah.
They're his own, driving around in circles.
Alien.
Maybe we should put him in the platinum on his own, or there's a few others. Maybe
Isaac can join.
Ryan.
It won't be long if things keep going the way we're going. We will have an actual alien class.
Yeah. Can you just do everyone above me, please? And then that'd be good.
I was trying to do everyone above me, but too many people done better sandbagging jobs all season.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, guys. We'll see you guys soon, and hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks again.
Yes, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Thank you, Alex. Well done, boys.
See ya.
Take care.
Take care. Well, Alex, it was great to hear from everybody. And now I'd like to say it is your turn. What are your thoughts on the season?
Oh, it's a fantastic season. All the drama, all the back and forth between the drivers, all the spins, seeing all the improvement in the drivers. Certain drivers learned to drive in straight lines more. Certain drivers learned to increase their speed steadily over the season. I think, I know they talked about it, but I think that we've settled in as a commentator team a lot more comfortably and figured out how to do this streaming lark.
Yeah.
And it's been a fantastic season. Seeing COTA first time on a stream, on a season, it's been really good because I think for many people it was starting to run out of variety. I think over the seasons we've covered most other tracks already. So really good to see tracks like Watkins Glen and
I think
coming in.
I think Indianapolis has to make an appearance in the next one, despite all of us being really keen not to race there.
Turn left? Or is it turn right at Indianapolis?
Yeah, who knows? Either way, I think my thoughts on this season are, oh my god, what an epic season. I'm immensely proud of what DGSR has managed to accomplish, and the quality of the racing, and the two of us managing to really get together what feels like a really, watchable stream. Let's put it that way.
Last week notwithstanding.
It was watchable. It's on YouTube.
You can go watch it.
Yeah, you can go watch it. It's watchable. But yeah, I think having coverage for every single race of the season has been something that's not been done before, and it's something special, and it's been a massive privilege especially for me, to be given the honor of being the lead sort of commentator and having the control of it. So yeah, thank you to Dennis, and a really, really, really massive thank you to you, Alex, for being my partner in crime and being my co-commentator.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Really enjoyed my time doing this. Definitely look forward to doing it next season. Although I've got to try and find some time to actually drive a car at DGSR at the minute.
Yeah, I think I haven't figured out a way to